life, right? Because what is this weather? Who have we offended? How much water have you had to drink today? Just grab that bottle of water that's beside you. If you don't have one, go and find one and quickly take a sip or two, because if you're not hydrating, then you're wrong. Welcome to VIP Lifestyle 360. My name is Chinwe Blessing, and yes, today we're going to be talking about what I have been telling you we're going to be talking about today. Tell your neighbor what I've been telling you we're going to talk about today. Tell your neighbor, because I know that you're not paying attention when I was saying it. Well, for all of us who have been having, questions about skincare, about all the misconceptions, those of us that feel bamboozled by all the trends, where they'll tell you to carry coconut water and mix it with 3 native fowl egg so that you can get clear skin. I don't know. Some people say we should watch K-drama so that our skin will be popping. Anyway, today I happen to be having a team of skincare professionals. Let me call them that. They're estheticians, they're doctors of the skin, the largest organ in the body. So just in case, this is me giving you, hot sticks. Anyway, yes, that's the conversation we're going to be having. The common misconceptions and the various trends in the world of skincare. What are the things that you could do to have amazing skin? Trust me, the ladies sitting in front of me, if you just see their skin, if you just peep the skin that I'm looking at now, I don't think they've ever seen acne before, because the way that they are popping in the studio. You want to know how they look? Check out YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube. It is Voice of the People Abuja, and then we can start the conversation proper. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Different variations of voice, and their faces are different, so are their voices. Welcome to the show. How are we feeling today?
Amazing. Awesome.
Ecstatic.
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce our guest ASAP. First is Dr. Neka Oparana. She's pioneering she's a pioneering cosmetic physician and the visionary founder of Venus Aesthetics and Laser Center. You want to know what these things are? Just wait. So we're going to break it down, because when they now start talking about it like this, you start to ask yourself questions. Say, is skincare you're doing that you have doctor title in front of your name? I'm going to explain it to us today. Okay, I also have Nancy Okonkwo, who is a senior esthetician at Venus Aesthetics, and Dr. Esther Kekong. Did I get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We did a little bit of practice, so I'm feeling very proud. She's an aesthetic physician. Her primary interest is in weight management, non-surgical cosmetic gynecology, and thread lifts. When I see non-surgical cosmetic gynecology, my brain is catching fire. So I'll start with Dr. Neka. What do you really do?
Okay.
Without the grammar?
Okay, so Venus Aesthetics is a non-surgical clinic. It's a state-of-the-art facility situated in Socorro, Abuja. We cater to the niche. And we are basically cater to skincare, non-surgical procedures, from dermal fillers to Botox to cosmetic gynecology to weight loss management to IV infusions, to name but a few. So I think that's it in a nutshell. Skincare is our forte. So yeah.
So that's what an esthetician does.
Okay, so I will separate it. At Venus Aesthetics, we have the medical doctors qualified, and then we have the estheticians qualified. So an esthetician is not allowed to, inject. Do certain things. But when it comes to estheticians, mainly handle and man skincare, as well as other non-surgical procedures that are not even invasive.
Okay, now what is Dr. Kekong, what is a normal day? What is an average day at work like for you?
Firstly, I love aesthetics. is the coolest branch of medicine. I say it right now. Like, no stress. You don't have patients dying. You don't have ICU cases and all of that. You just need to come to work with the AC blowing. You see beautiful people who want to look more beautiful, and you just help them to achieve their goals. So a typical work day would be a client comes in with a concern, whether skincare, whether structural concerns on her face, on her body, or whatever, and we just have a conversation about it. And I help to lead you in the right path, tell you what's achievable and what's not, advise you. Some people have a lot of myths, so we debunk it. I correct some things, and then we just proceed from there to doing treatments and then follow up. And that's a typical day.
I'm going to come back at those myths that people have and how you in your day-to-day activities dealt with that.
Yeah.
To you now, Nancy Okonkwo. Why did you decide to do this?
Skincare.
Yes, skincare. Why is it what you decided to do? Because you look like you were born with flawless skin.
Okay, the thing is, I've always been in the beauty industry, like in the beauty environment. Actually, my mom inspired me to go into skincare.
Okay.
My mom has a small skincare store in the town of Oka. So I grew up there. I know I helped her do so many things. And when I wanted to enter university, I was like, Mommy, do you know what I want? I just want to go and read skincare. But then, in Nigeria, they don't have all those things. So I just went into biochemistry, which also helped me. So as soon as I got out from school, I started looking for skincare places where I can work and all that. So when I started work, I applied at Venus Aesthetics, and that was how over 6 years now I've been with them, and it's been amazing. So it has always been my dream.
All right, Dr. Oneka, help us do some defining. How would you define clean beauty? It has become very popular, the term clean beauty in recent. How would you define that?
So clean beauty is more or less the term that is used to elaborate products or skincare products that do not contain any cruelty. They are cruelty free. They are plant based, more or less. They are not harsh products. They are more of in a bit to say, okay, healthy skin. It's what will be the final outcome. So when you talk about clean beauty, it's devoid of any harsh skin ingredient, so to speak.
How do you tell the difference between clean beauty and the trending organic skincare? Because if I go on Instagram now and I type organic skincare, you'd see lots of things. Recently I saw a video, the lady, I thought she was making salad or something, pouring milk. It looked very food-like. These are the things that with a lot of yogurt and whatnot, right? So how can I tell the difference between clean beauty and organic, quote unquote?
Okay, so in all honesty, people tend to mix it up. Okay, people think that clean beauty is buying organic products or natural products. By the way, there is no form of regulation. What is actually the term? How do you identify organic or natural products? People think using edible stuffs, milk,
yogurt,
carrots, coconut, and all of this makes your product clean. Clean beauty simply means that we do not have very harmful, harsh, toxic ingredients. For instance, mercury, sulfates, parabens, and the rest. Ingredients that actually don't only harm the skin but harm the environment. Also, clean beauty means that we do not test this product on maybe animals. It doesn't really harm anybody in any way. Not that you take tomatoes with sardine oil or your stew and you mix it together and you apply it and you think you're practicing clean beauty.
Okay.
It's totally different. But harmful ingredients that dry the skin out, that disrupt the skin barrier, those are the things that are eliminated when you're talking about clean beauty.
So say a random person like me who knows nothing about skincare. My skincare consists of ori that I brought from my mother's house and a little bit of baby oil, and I'm good to go. And I want to get involved get more serious about my skincare and all. How can I tell the difference between clean beauty products and these organic products that have this harmful
So the
chemicals
first
and
step
stuff
would
in
be
them?
to know your ingredients. if you want to delve into skincare, you want to know, to get into anything, you need to have a knowledge of it. When you go on the internet, you need to browse your ingredients first. Okay, one thing I don't see a problem totally with organic. For instance, you mentioned shea butter. Shea butter, for instance, is plant-based. It just comes from a tree, just processed and whatnot. But when we talk about organic or natural skincare, so they mix a lot of things together. There's no preservative, there's no binding agents, there is nothing. You understand? But for clean beauty, you just need to know your ingredients. For instance, okay, I have dry skin. What do I use to not further dry my skin out? You have to ensure that there's no sulfate or paraben in your product. For instance, I don't want to bleach my skin. I don't want to get lighter. I have to ensure that there's no hydroquinone or mercury-containing agents in my product. So to get into clean beauty, you just need to know your ingredients. That's all.
Now, there's this question I've been dying to ask. Is there a healthy way to bleach skin? I know that now we found different names for skin bleaching. Bay is toning, brightening, whitening,
glowing.
It's the glow part that gets to me, because like we are black over here, sir. Like, so if you're dark, you can't glow. Well, yeah. But I do have that question always lingering at the back of my mind. Is there a healthy way to bleach skin?
Okay. The term bleaching, it goes from, okay, now in medicine we have a skill called the Fitzpatrick skill. You have people from Asia, from let's just say white people and dark people. It goes from 1 to 6, right? 1 to 6, yes, in that Fitzpatrick skill. Okay, the black people fall between 3 to 6. Is it 4 or 5? Yeah, 3 and lower, and then the brighter people fall between 1 to 3. Okay, so if you're talking about whitening or lightening, it means you're going from one tone all the way down to the other, either obviously to the top. Okay, so what would be the healthy way to lighten or whiten? The only thing I can say is, if you want to, I don't even want to call it brighten, okay? Because if you have a pigmentation problem, let's say melasma, hyperpigmentation, and you have seen a dermatologist or an aesthetic professional, that will lead you. Obviously, there are some healthy products that help you to, healthily lift up pigmentation. Not brighten or lighten, but to lift the pigmentation. Maybe some peels or some product that just help to
You realize I'm going to ask you what pigmentation is,
yes,
right?
Oh.
We're, like I said, we are random people that don't know skin.
In layman terms, for instance, we are dark people, so we are prone to get burnt. So we walk under the sun a lot of times, and let's say you see a person.
Wait. There's a reason I and one of my senior colleagues here, I'm always bashing her for always using sunscreen, and I'm going to get sunscreen soon. And she's like, she needs sunscreen. I'm like, have you seen how dark I am? And now you're saying dark people are more prone.
Yes. That's why you'll see that if a white person gets under the harshest sun, they only tan. They don't burn. But if we get under the harshest sun, you see melasma, you see our melanin is just, it's on its toes, trying to protect us. In a bid to protect us, we can get burned.
You see, now we didn't know that.
So yes, you definitely need to wear sunscreen, and that's a very important topic of conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah, but then you were going on about, skin bleaching and how that can be done.
Yeah, so like I was saying,
not done.
This is a very long conversation. It's going to take us the whole day if we're going to argue this and debunk a lot of stuff. But honestly, there are some people that have burns and have hyperpigmentation problems, and they do really need to lift up that layer of skin. So there are very good ways, but these ways are for professionals alone. In a clinic, done by a professional hand. For instance, chemical peels. There's some chemical peels that should not be done in the hands of, should not be seen even in a spa. It should be done by a trained medical personnel. But you see people just doing it, and then they end up getting the people even burned. Somebody that is trying to lift up a pigmentation will get even more burnt. You understand? So there are products that can help, cosmetic products, pharmaceuticals that can help, to lift up, maybe lactic acid, glycolic, if they're done properly. Okay, but there's still the kojic acid, the hydroquinone, steroids, hydrocortisone, and the rest of them. They bleach you really quickly, and those are the ones that we see in the organic products. No regulation, nothing, no control. In 7 days, get white, magic lightening, magic white, kiniko in 7 days. So imagine lifting up how many layers of your skin to get to that level? You've damaged the entire thing.
Absolutely can understand. Now, have you had experiences with anyone that has undergone any, like someone who was a patient that has gone through some of those extreme procedures where they had all those terrible things used on them and then they came to you for help?
Absolutely.
Which one stands out?
Okay, I'm going to have to start with someone flew in from, I think, the eastern part of Nigeria, and she had been on hydroquinone for a couple of years, unregulated. She was totally burnt. You can clearly see that skin is as thin as paper. You can literally see the veins, see the vessels with your bare eyes, not with a microscope, and that was a no-no. So that meant that we needed to first discontinue her from everything that she was using and then allow the skin to heal. You know, God has been so gracious to us that whatever happens to us, it has a way of regenerating itself. So the skin is also part of them. So if, for instance, that client had to stop.
Go ahead.
Okay, that client had to stop. What?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, fab. Sorry. So that client had to stop what he or she what she was using, and then allow the skin barrier to heal and be restored completely before we even began to repair. And I tell you, repair is not cheap, repair is not easy, repair is not what you want to go through, which is why we always try to educate everyone that comes across our page or come into a clinic. You will definitely leave educated and with something. Some people come and then just say, okay, I've got this melasma, or why I want to be fair as you. But and then I will say to them, listen, there are healthier ways to actually do this. One, you need to exfoliate your skin, because I tell you, when you have a heap load of dead skin cells, your skin first will look dull, the skin will look darker, and then you will assume, for example, if it's a lady, that the skin of her breast is fairer than the skin of her face, and the aim then for us will be to get her face to look match the breast and the neck. So not like having a coke face and a Fanta body. For those people, we do know the right products to use, like niacinamide, azelaic acid, phytic acid, some brightening agents that are cosmeceuticals tested in the lab. And for those of us who are trained, knowing how many minutes to leave it on the skin and then neutralize to balance the skin barrier, get the skin to the actual pH level before we send the person back home to begin to do the repair works at home with some products. So these are, some of the things that we do tend to let people know, hey, stop before you use that milky cream or yogurt cream. Stop and do consult a skin expert or dermatologist.
Now, the next question I'm going to be asking is a shot that is being fired. I'm shooting this shot. It's being fired at someone who is listening. Don't send me a message. Just listen from the professionals. If someone has to put their cream in a fridge, is it a good cream?
I'm going to
you have to refrigerate it if you leave it to spoil.
Yes. So what happens is most of these cosmeceuticals, I'm going to have to say, bear in mind that these cosmeceuticals were not in any way prepared or formulated in our type of climate. 1. 2, you have the likes of vitamin C, which is also very unstable in normal temperature. They need to be stored in a black container and also needs to be in a cooler environment. I mean, if you look at what we've been going through in the last couple of weeks, someone said someone got to hell and refused to shut the door.
Absolutely.
And so with
I think the person made their way to Aso Rock, that's why it's so close
perfect.
to us.
Oh my God. Okay, so basically, yes, we would want those products to stay in like a cool environment. Not that they are bad, but it's about stability, the stability of the product and the oxidation of those products.
This was me really hoping you'd say, you don't have to go through all that stress for cream, but it's fine. I'll keep taunting you about it. It's too much work if you ask me. Now, food. I'm a firm believer that your skin looks like what you eat. I feel your entire person is a reflection of whatever you put in your system. Are there certain diets that you would, certain things, just everyday things, it doesn't have to be complicated, that you would advise people to be like, hey, I think you should really do a lot of this, it's going to do well for your skin, as opposed to spending all that money on other stuff?
Okay, I would let my colleagues take it, but before then, I just want to say one key thing: is to listen to your gut. The gut is GUT, which is your stomach, what you eat. So some people, if you know that if you take dairy and then you break out, if you know that you take eggs, chocolate, milk, cheeses, and then you have some level of allergy, lactose intolerance, it's important that you listen to your skin and listen to your body. It's telling you something. Like you said at the beginning of the show, you said the skin is the largest organ, and that is where you will find one reaction. For example, if I take Pringles, I have a boil, and that's it for me. How does that happen? I don't know, because I'm reacting to one of the preservatives or something. So the first things first is the gut. So if you eat clean, your gut is clean, your bowels are moving clean, trust me, you're going to have a clean skin. You hydrate. Water, water, water. Thank you.
You see, she said water. Before I let the other of our colleagues to say, I've been shouting water on this program. People are not taking me seriously. Now that people that went to school to study this thing, I tell you to drink water, you drink it. All right. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I think that what you eat contributes to like how your skin is. Like Dr. Neka said, if you are allergic to anything, especially those that are acne prone, so those that are acne prone, they produce a lot of oil. So when you eat like granules and all those things that has a lot of oil, so you tend to break out as well. So you should watch like what you eat and know that these things, once you eat them, they come to your skin and you will see them immediately. So yes, just like vegetables are very good to us. So if you eat vegetables, you know that okay, it's reflecting on your skin. So what you eat is very important as well.
All right, now I want to ask this question. I think especially the ladies would have said, you should have heard women say this: when I get my period or when I'm ovulating, I get a breakout. Is it a myth or is it facts? Do your hormones actually affect? And then what can you do about those very annoying period acne?
Okay, so it's not a myth. The hormones in a woman's body controls her entire body. To be honest, whether you've had a baby or not, sometimes the hormones can just go raving mad. And yes, they are for some women that are prone to acne only when they have like a period just around the corner. So it's just the hormones playing around. Sometimes even stress, cortisol level goes up and you have a breakout and all of that. Some people with polycystic ovarian disorder, yes, also have that, and that's a factor of the hormone. So it's not a myth that hormones play with acne. Even in men also have hormones, and their hormones also play around and cause, yes.
Please buttress, because you see, when we say hormones, these men believe that the only hormone they have is testosterone.
No, I mean, there's androgen. If you see a woman with PCOS, it's the androgen that is spiking up. So she has acne, a lot of acne. So think about it. And the androgen is more in men. So obviously, yes, it would also, if a man has a hormones just playing around, so it will also be prone to acne.
Now, what are some of those things that you could do, maybe just at home, to be able to care for those hormonal, let's call them hormonal acnes, or breakouts that you get?
Very simple things. If it's a serious thing, then you may need to see a doctor. But first, for the basic stuff, wash your face at least twice a day. Don't sleep with oils. Moisturize your skin. Very important. Some people think that if they're breaking out, then there's no need to moisturize their skin. Also, it's a good idea to start. There's something we call salicylic acid face wash. It's also a good idea to start that maybe the week around your period, and just help maybe once a day or once in 3 days to just help to normalize the skin.
You see, I'm taking notes. I hope you guys are as well, because I can't be the only person that is trying to take away something from this. So you could use the face,
yes,
yeah, and all of that. Now let's talk about sunscreen, sun protection. How important is sun protection in your skincare routine? And then what are some of the most obscene misconceptions you've heard in your practice about, sunscreen?
Sunscreen is a must. MUST. Emphasis. Sunscreen with a factor over 50 is highly recommended for those of us in this region. For those in the very cooler climates, like Russia and Ukraine, could be doing well with maybe 30 factor. So sunscreens are is a must for everyone, whether you're indoor or outdoor. So the myth is that if you're indoor, you do not need a sunscreen. That's a myth, and I want to debunk it today. Simply because you will find that when you talk about sun, you have the UVBs and the UVAs. The UVAs are the ones that travel and permeate through something to actually hit on the human skin, meaning that that's the one that comes directly from the sunlight. So and the UVBs actually are shorter wavelengths, so they do not travel through a medium. So when you talk about UVAs and UVBs, you will find that those UVBs are the ones that can actually hit you from the window, and those of the UVA is like when you're outside. So I would highly recommend that when you're indoor, you're cooking, you have lights, you have your blue lights, you have your systems, you have your computers, you have your TV screens. It's very, very important to protect. Again, God is so gracious that He made the dark skin more. We have the melanin cells in quantum. This is what the Caucasian skins do not have, and which is why they are more predisposed to skin cancer. However, you find that most of them who already have skin cancer used to use a lot of suntan beds, right? So for us, we have been given that protection already in our skin. So when you're exposed to sun, the proliferation of the melanocytes, the melanin cells traveling to the skin cells, the keratin cells, and staying there is what actually gives you your skin color. So protecting your skin cannot be overemphasized, especially if you actually are in any way using clean beauty, K-beauty, whatever beauty you find yourself. Protect.
You did mention K-beauty, and I want to go there. I used to think it was just a term because Koreans have clear skin from the movies that most of us watch, because it's not like we've been to Korea to see them, but they are known for having clear skin. Is there actually a particular routine that the Koreans use that Africans can use or are advised to use so that they can have Korean-like skin? Or is it just because I don't know what K-pop beauty? It's everywhere. It's all over TikTok. Get ready with me while I use my K-pop skincare routine. Like, is it just a myth? Is there any facts to it?
Okay, so I will address that. So Korean beauty, they are very innovative, very, very innovative, and they have a wide range of products. They have so many products that addresses specific skincare products, skincare concerns. So they have like a lot which other brands or other products don't have. They have like wash that caters for every skin type. They have like oil-based wash. They have toners, essence, so many of them. So I think that is why like everybody like uses it, because it has a wide range of products, and also it is affordable as well, very affordable. And then there are the K-drama people also, they have a way of influencing this product. Sorry, you asked why is there something that we too should do so that we will have their own type of skin?
Kind of skin.
Well, I think that they won't just come out to show you their blemishes and all that. They have good skin. They are white people and all that. And you see that some of us also have good skin and all that. So if we are going to show anybody, we are going to show them like the good part. It's not like they are doing anything different. I feel like everybody is just trying to promote like their skincare product and all, and they are quite popular, very popular. So I don't think they are doing anything different that we are not doing.
That we're not doing. Yes. It's just the same.
Yes.
So if someone wants to build like their skincare, I want to say portfolio, because y'all like have 10 million different layers of stuff you put on your faces. Like when you see it online, I'm saying general perception. So get ready with me as I take off my makeup for the day, and then they are taking off layers and layers. When they finish, they wash the face, and then there's like 5 different creams you are rubbing your face before you get to bed. And I'm just wondering what happens to your bedspread, your pillowcase is going through a lot. What are the necessary, not the extras, the necessary skincare products that you would advise everybody to just have and inculcate in their routine?
So actually, we're having this conversation at the office before we left, and I was telling one of my colleagues that people really think that in skincare, more is more. Like you're just basically a product junkie, and that's it. You just have money, extra money to throw around products. Do you actually get to go through all of these products and get the benefits of these products? To be honest, to have great skin, you need to. It goes beyond even what you're applying. Most times topicals work, but what you do, what is happening on the inside is also very important. But for a normal skin, because there are different types of skin, but let's talk about normal skin. The basic things that you need is a face wash, a good face wash, either hydrating. You can have more than one face washes if you know what you're doing, if you know your onions. But basically, a good face wash, a gentle cleansing face wash, for instance. Next, it's optional, a serum, maybe a hydrating serum. But more important than that is a moisturizer. So in fact, let me just mention, let's say 4 things that you need, or 3 things. Face wash, a gentle face wash. Moisturizer based on your skin type, okay? Then your SPF. And you are good. Except you now want to do serere, I want to brighten, then you start adding all the brightening agent, niacinamide, vitamin C, this one. Some people have toners, some people have different things. It's just tailored. So skincare nowadays is individualized based on what you are treating. But for somebody like me, even in the skincare industry, what we do differently is that on maybe once or twice a month, we do our treatments with our facial acid, our professional acid. So we do that to, vavavoom our skins. But on a normal day, face wash, moisturizer, and SPF, that's what we do. In skincare, I like to think that less is actually more.
And not more is more.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, hygiene. The last thing we're going to touch, we have like 2 minutes before this conversation is done. So, hygiene. How does hygiene affect your skincare or your skin generally?
Okay. So hygiene is also paramount because you know that I don't know how many millions of bacteria we pick up from doorknobs, from our phones, to being in the other room, like the loo commode, and you're pressing the phone and all of that. So hygiene is very, very key. I always try to tell my clients to actually wipe down their phones. Make it a point of duty most of the time, because the phone actually picks up much more, and that's what we neglect. So imagine that you have just exfoliated your face, and then the skin is quite fresh and open, and then a call comes through, and then you pick up the phone and you drop it on that side of your ear without an earpiece. What happens? The bacteria is left on the skin that you have just washed and exfoliated. So washing your hands, wiping down your phones, changing your bed linens, having a separate towel for your face, trying not to wipe your face, dab your face, pat dry your face. I'm not a fan of, some people say, okay, allow it to air dry, okay, but I would say pat dry your face. Be very gentle. You know how you wash a baby's skin? Be very gentle with your face, because the rest of the body can be covered but not your face. So hygiene is what I would say. Wash your hands every now and then. Before we came out, we all had to reapply SPFs because we're coming out. We had applied this in the morning, and each time let's say we have an outreach or going out, we do tend to wash our hands and reapply. So washing of hands and wiping down your phones, changing your pillowcase, minding the hair products that you use.
How often do you change your pillowcases?
I will do that for once a week or for every 4 days, depending. If I had, for example, an invasive procedure such as micro needling, I will change it by the 3rd day, because my skin is sore and the bedsheet would have picked up products from my hair or wigs, and then I get to lie down with a sore face. I will only not have a choice but to change that pillowcase, to be precise.
And it's funny how people don't know how much of your hair affects your face.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's like your hair.
Yes.
And your face. I didn't know this until I was having constant migraines one time, and I had to see my doctor, and he said, "When last did you wash the?" I had an install.
You're right.
And he said, "That thing you're carrying." I was like, "No, it's an install. I can carry it for as long as." He said, "No, you wash it. It's giving you migraines, and that's why you have this breakout." I was like, What? Breakout?" So yes, women, be washing your wigs. Wash your wig today. Thank you so much, beautiful ladies.
Thank you for having us.
If you have any last 2 words, each 2 words.
Okay, so I want to say that Venus Aesthetics is here for you. There are so many for lack of a better word, junk. There's so many junk going on right now in aesthetics, in skincare, in all of that. People for procedures that shouldn't cost you more than your money, is costing people their sleep, costing people heartache, even some people their lives. Please choose the best place. Choose your professionals wisely before you do something invasive, no matter how minimally invasive it may be. Please choose wisely. And I would like to say that Venus Aesthetics is the best in skincare, in fillers, in Botox, in weight management and anything. And that's on period. That's on caps lock.
Okay.
One final word from Dr. Neka will be, I don't know if any of you have heard of dermal fillers and Botox. It's not Botox, it's Botox. More like muscle relaxant. I'd like to say that at Venus Aesthetics, we are nothing but the best. We transform. We can actually make you look 20 years younger, and it's not a myth, it's a fact. So check out our page on Instagram at Venus Aesthetics and be amazed. If you're in doubt, clock in for a consult. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. We have heard from you. Have any final words, Star? No, you don't. Okay. Now we've heard from them, and it's your turn to decide what you want to do with your life. What decision are you making about your skin today? Are you going to be team me with your Ori, or are we going to go get those top 3 things we were asked to take? If you don't remember them, check out the episode on YouTube. It is at Voice of the People Abuja. My name is Chinua Blessing. Thank you for an exciting episode. Asha with So Beautiful, because that's exactly what you are.